Okay, Joshim, I have another video for you. I'm making some salmon. This is my salmon that's already seasoned. Okay, that's my seasoned salmon. I already prepared my ingredients. I'm gonna actually roast some potatoes. You could just peel you a couple of potatoes and then you just slice them up like this, so they look like circle rings. You roast these in the oven. I'll go over that when I get to that part. And this is about 2 ounces of cream cheese in here, and this is about an ounce of Asiago cheese. The recipe calls for Parmesan. I'm going to use Parmesan too, but I always like to throw in the Asiago cheese because it gives it a good flavor. Okay. And I got my shrimp in here soaking in some lemon and water. It's a really jumbo shrimp. I like to use the bigger shrimps when I do it. And you see I already chopped up the shallot. That's going to go for it. So you got one shallot chopped up. And this is my mushrooms that I still have from leftover before. I'm going to chop those up. That is called for the recipe as well. Of course, sherry cooking wine. You need about a half an ounce of this. Let me just make sure. Yep, a half an ounce of sherry wine. Or you can use sherry vinegar. That works fine too, but I like the sherry wine. And of course, here's my Parmesan cheese. I'm going to add that to it as well. So what you do is first, I season up my salmon. So what you're going to do with that, you're going to actually put it into a nice size pan. This is preferably a nice frying pan like this size. It's really good. You're going to put like 2 tablespoons of olive oil in here, and you're going to roast the salmon on each side. Each side about 4 minutes. Let it get nice little golden brown look to it. Each side 4 minutes. You let that roast. You're going to take that off. Then you're going to put it in the oven. You only let it bake in the oven for about 15 minutes, and just check it to make sure it's nice and tender. You don't want to overcook. If your salmon turned white, you already overcooked it, but you're going to still have to use it. So that's why I just let it roast in the oven for 15 minutes on like 350. It'll come out perfect. Now when you do your potatoes, what you're going to do is put them inside of a baking sheet, a cookie sheet, or a small baking pan like I used the last time. And what you're going to do is season that up with some salt and pepper. You're going to add some grated Parmesan, just like this, some grated Parmesan cheese like this. Add that to it with some garlic powder. Mix that in really well. Then you're going to mix that with about 1.5 tablespoons of olive oil. Mix it up real well inside of the potatoes, everything. Make sure everything is nice and coated. You're going to put that in the oven. You're going to let that roast. You let that roast until it's done. So you can cook that even before the salmon, well, during the salmon at the same time. That's fine. But you make sure the potatoes are roasted well done. So and then your shrimp, all you're doing is sauteing them. There's no special way to do that. You can just saute them with just a little bit of butter, or you can just use a little olive oil and a little bit of garlic, and just let that roast and let that really just cook and make sure it's completely cooked. Once that's done, after your salmon is done, then you're gonna make your sauce. I'm gonna show you how to make that sauce on the next video. Okay.